Are you comfy like that? Is that a bit of a straddle?
Well, this is how we always sit.
Normally all in a line.
6 o'clock news is on, Benny, coming down to see me.
Hello, I'm Jess Dawson for Forge TV and Forge Radio, and I'm at Tramlines, and I am with the Ratells. How is everyone? All good?
Yeah,
good.
Surprisingly well for a Sunday morning after Tramlines.
Really? What happened last night?
Debauchery, pure debauchery.
Really? That bad?
Yeah, I went to bed, but that's what happened.
Good lord. So as always, it's raining in Sheffield. Like, it looks disgusting, and I feel like this is kind of like reflecting today. Like, it's a bit of a sad day kind of for you guys. Like, this is your last ever gig in ever. It's not even in Sheffield. It's ever. I mean, like, that's crazy. 7 years coming to an end. Like. That's mental.
Stop it, I'm going to
cry. Is anyone going to cry today? Do you feel like you could cry?
We've just stopped crying.
We just pulled it together for this interview.
Getting back in the shed after. Nice.
You got all the tissues in the shed. Oh god.
Yeah. If I shan't use them all anyway.
So that's just crazy. Like, is this like a sad moment, or is this maybe like a happy moment? Is this like, you know, the end of an era but the start of new things? Like.
Yeah. Definitely, I think that it's definitely good to look back on, and it's kind of emotional thinking what we've sort of gone through for 7 years, but it's also exciting to think what's going to be happening in the next sort of year or so. So definitely.
Ooh.
We can't say much though.
Oh no! Yeah, because I saw on your Facebook page you had quite a funny announcement. Like, so you haven't been on a journey of self-discovery, nothing like that. You've just moved into a new house in Sheffield. Is that right?
Yeah. Didn't really discover much apart from we don't like living with each other.
Well, that's it. But it did say something like, heavy hearts don't last forever. Now that's a bit of an enigma. What's going on?
Well, we thought that we might have perhaps changed our name to Heavy Hearts, but that's unfortunately not going to be the case.
Why not?
That would have been nice. Some bloody band in Colorado have already taken it. So it's pretty rude of them.
It's pretty rude. So how dare they?
Disappointing. But no, because obviously we'll come back and do something else.
Yeah.
But just slightly different to what we've done so far. So.
Okay. Because I see that your house, you have a studio in it. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool. So
useful.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It's weird because we've got to this stage now. Like 3 of us, we've played together for 7 years, like you said, and then sort of as we are now, we've probably been 2 or 3 years, which have been like the best 2 or 3 years of his life.
Really.
And like we're obviously all like best mates and what have you, and spend a lot of time together. But we've been in the same like rehearsal space for 6 years. Like that.
Serious.
And at this weekend, it's going to get knocked down. And we're going to build flats on it. And at the same time, we've kind of ended as the Ratells, and this has been his last gig, and it's all a bit much at once. I don't know how to deal with it.
So we're wiping every trace clean that we've been. All that rehearsal space, all the songs written has been flattened. So that's why we're giving in, really.
That's really sad.
It is.
God.
She's gonna cry. Tissues.
That's crazy. So why don't we have a look back at these 7 years, right? Let's do a bit of,
like
reflection.
It is. It's your journey.
A bit of a soft story.
Roll VT.
So how did you guys first get together? Like 7 years ago, March 2008.
Oh my God, you've done your research. 3 of us went to school together.
Okay.
And then started a band after watching. In fact, yeah, we went to watch a band called Milburn. Me and Danny.
Poignant,
I never even thought about this. At Leadmill, and Danny just turned to me and I want to start a band. We should start a band. And we were like, yeah, let's do it. And it's quite funny because today, obviously, Joe Connell's headlining. He was in Milburn. He was like the whole reason that we started a band. So it's kind of.
This is crazy.
Last night we played a gig last night as well down at a place called Riverside, and the guy who booked us is called Joe Green. He used to be Milburn's drummer, so it's really weird. Like,
what is going on?
I never even thought it.
When I said to Ben, let's start a band, he's like, yeah, but I want to play drums. Like I want to do what Greenie does.
Yeah.
And it's right funny that after like 7 years, it's kind of again
it's
all
full circle.
Yeah, that's
what
what we're looking for. Full circle.
That's crazy. So what do you think was maybe like the hardest moment being in a band?
Just having to deal with these 3.
Yeah, that's
day in, day out.
None of it's
hard,
really hard, is it? Like, I mean, touring and stuff, and like you have to It is quite a patient thing, and don't get me wrong. When you start a band, you think, oh, we'll just get some songs and we'll be massive. And then, so I'm pretty sure a lot of other bands do. It's not that. You need to be patient, and you spend a lot of your own money, like going on tours.
Yeah.
And then eventually we got to a stage where we could go on tour and be able to pay for some food at the end of it.
Yeah.
Have somewhere to
Actually eat something.
Hardest bit was not being able to eat.
That happened.
You started that sentence saying how easy it is and it's not hard at all, and then you basically said the hardest thing was that we didn't have any food. Sounds pretty tough to me. Like.
I
I had to steal a donut case from McDonald's once.
Oh yeah, you did actually. Yeah.
You know when things get tough when you have to do
got
that.
so far, I got it seatbelted into the front of the van, and then some manager come out, he's like, "Can I have that back?" And I just bottled it. I'm like, "You can count them, I ain't taking it."
I'm sorry.
Just wanted to stand.
And what do you think has been your best moment as a band? What was the moment where you all sort of like really happy, really like?
Probably our tour last year.
Yeah. Was that hard?
Yeah, so we've obviously,
2013.
7 years we've been sort of attempting it. Finally buckled down over the past sort of 3. We've been on countless sort of like mini tours and stuff, and we're gonna the arse end of Scotland and playing to 5 people, and that's just each other. But then we did a little support tour, and then we went out on our own tour after that, and like half of it sold out in cities that we'd probably only played sort of 2 or 3 times before. And it was just really surreal to see other people that we've never really met before.
In other cities.
Yeah.
I think that we played the show on that tour that Ash is talking about. We played Sheffield, and we thought like, oh, that was just amazing. That's like the best gig. We've finally got to a point that we've like aimed to be at for such a long time.
Yeah.
And we're like, fucking, there's loads of people here, loads of people singing. Everyone's like really into it. It's just been amazing.
What can get better?
We just thought it was great. Went home, got up next day, went to Manchester, did it all again, and like it was like even better. It was like there were more people there, and it wasn't even in Sheffield. Like, it's always been very like Sheffield based, and we've always kind of, I don't know, been very.
We played Manchester like a year before, and they were like much smaller venue. I think there were only like 20-30 people there, and then there were 300 there next time we went on tour.
Crazy.
So it's nice to like get something back. Like,
And getting your head around that as well. It's just you've never had it before, and you're like, whoa, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. And we're like people singing back the words and stuff, like singing along. That must be the best feeling.
Yeah, we didn't know how to take it though. I mean, we must look really childish because we're all just like smiling on stage. What's going on? Like,
I think
we
that's
weren't used to it.
We've always been like
really lovely.
Always been very open though, and kind of like honest with people, and always like we don't like try and like act cool about it or anything. We're all very like, this is so good. Like we love you so much. Like
there was no way you could hold it together when there's 300 people in another city singing your songs.
We announced Phobia, weren't it? And it was like a really old song that like kind of we don't play much anymore.
And it survived on Spotify.
And everyone like cheered really loudly when we announced this song, and we're like, that's
mental.
weird. Can we just announce it again? So we can do that again. And they did it again.
Crazy.
Quite cool.
So you've got a song called Faces. If you could have anyone's face, whose face would you have?
Probably Ash's.
Or swap. That's cute. That's quite nice.
Love you, mate.
Nicest thing you've ever said to me.
Jared Leto. He's
oh.
just a man, isn't he?
Yeah,
like,
he's
we've
a
had this
man.
chat before. He's a bit of a man crush for me, Danny. Because he can act, he can sing, he can do everything.
And have you seen his body? He's for an old, for, 40-year-old.
Is he 40?
He's about 40 something. Yeah.
Jesus.
Who are you on about?
Jared Leto.
He's not 40.
It's genuinely, I
American
swear he
Psycho
is. At least 37 or 38, at least. Crazy. You've also got a song, your newest single, Behind the Fire. Have you ever set yourself on fire or nearly? Because I have a few times.
We blew a friend up by accident. Like, no, he didn't.
It's like a murder confession.
He didn't end up in bits. Like, we just went camping and some gas went on a fire. And
some gas went on a fire? That sounds pretty serious.
Like a gas canister, and then we got like enclosed in a fireball. Burned himself. Shout out to Big Will.
If you're listening, that's mental.
Poor lad.
Do you not
never knew that about Big Will.
Yeah, someone like,
give him an hug and consoled him today.
I know it's a bad time to say, Will, but you've got a bogey on your nose, so he pulled it off and all the skin off his nose.
Oh my god.
What?
It's crazy.
This has got really dark.
You asked the question.
I asked the question, got to do it. You've also got a song called Legacy. So now that the band is coming to an end, sort of, what do you want the legacy to be? How do you want people to sort of remember you in history?
Smiles.
Smiles. Yeah.
We've just had so many, like we were saying, good times, and like there's people we've met and become such good friends with who we can just, like, you'd have never met them without the band and writing songs. And then they've made friends with each other, like, because of our music, which is probably like the coolest thing. course we are.
Smiles. That's such a nice way to end the interview. Smiles and rainbows. Thank you so much for talking to me today. I'm looking forward to the last ever show.
Yeah, good.
I'll bring the tissues. Yeah.